Welcome back to But I Won't Do That. It is a weekly...
Weekly?
Yes, weekly, John.
Weekly
podcast
Wow.
where we talk about song lyrics every single week. And you know what, John?
It is currently the number 4 podcast in the world for people with very nice ankles.
And we talk about a whole bunch of other stuff too, so why don't you stay tuned?
Если я чешу в затылке, не беда. В голове моей опилки, да. Но хотят там и опилки, но кричалки и вопилки, а также шумелки, пыхтелки и сопелки. Сочиняю я неплохо иногда.
Okay, we're back with a very, very special, actual special.
It is super special. We've even prepared.
It's so special, it's got its own bus that it takes to school on a different day of the week to the other kids. That's how special
It is
this
so
episode
special.
is.
Only has to spend a few hours at school because, you know, it's a little much sometimes.
Yeah, that's right. And,
Yeah, it gets a little emotional.
Just to give
That's
mum a
all
break.
right.
Just to give mum a break.
Yeah. This episode
special.
gives Mum a break.
Yeah.
Technically.
So you might be looking at the title of this episode and going, what the? This isn't a song that I know. I don't know what a Mondagreen is. So I'm going to give a brief history lesson.
Ooh,
Yeah.
is this... Wait, hold on. But we're not music historians.
This week, we is.
We is music historians?
We is music historians.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Oh, you know what we've accidentally done? We've been listening to too much Shania Twain from last week.
Oh, that is why my language is done not good.
Yeah, that me too.
Oh, we'll have to stop listening to Shania Twain because no good it's not.
The only people that we can put crap on, generally speaking, in this podcast is deaf people because they won't be listening to it. So,
Well, no, but I'm doing Auslan while we're going.
Well, I used to have when I was a hairdresser, I used to have a family of deaf people that used to come to my salon. So I actually learned to do I will just say it's a deaf accent, and I do a deaf accent quite well. I'm not putting crap on deaf people. I love you, deaf people, but
Deaf people are going to hear this and they're going to call up on the phone and they're going to complain. Oh, hold on. The phone's ringing, Grant. Hello?
Hello, this is the deaf person that just listened to this episode, and I think that he done a very good job, actually.
Who was that? Grant did a really good job?
That's right.
You don't feel offended in any way?
I didn't even hear it, but he did a good job.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Deaf Person. I appreciate it.
Mrs.
I apologise, Mrs. Deaf Person, for misgendering you. Oh, I'm going to get cancelled now.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Wasn't that interesting?
That was a very... You know what, Grant? Far away, mate. Okay. Apparently, the deaf people have all got together and have said, it's
on
all
my
right.
team.
Yep.
I don't even know why I went there. The word Mondagreen means a mishearing of a popular phrase or song lyric. And it was coined by the writer Sylvia Wright. She was a writer, and her surname was Wright.
Brilliant. I thought her name was going to be Sylvia Mondagreen.
Nope. So as a child, she heard the Scottish ballad called The Bonnie Earl of Murray, and she believed that one stanza went like this. Ye Highlands and ye Lowlands, oh, where hae you been? They hae slay the Earl of Murray and Lady Mondagreen. But it's laid him on the green. Not Lady Mondagreen.
Nice.
And that's why Sylvia Wright thought the poor old Lady Mondagreen, she died too. Turns out some years later, they did slay the Earl of Murray and they laid him on the green, and then she found it out. And that's how the word Mondagreen started.
It's amazing it's well known now. Mondagreen is known as that based on one person's
There are other ways to talk about misheard song lyrics. One way is misheard song lyrics.
Genius.
Yeah.
You know what? I really like that one. Never heard that one before.
Bit obvious.
Yeah, it is actually, to be honest.
Do you want to hear some?
I would love to hear someone. Fire away, Mr. Mullen.
So I've got some and you've got some.
Yes.
So I'm going to talk about a song from, I think the 80s, I think it was the late 80s, Steve Winwood. Remember Steve Winwood?
I remember Steve Winwood.
He sang a song called Higher Love. Bring me a higher love.
I remember that, yep.
Great, it's a banger. Or, as some people thought, it was Bring Me a Pie of Love.
Ooh, fancy.
Would you eat that?
I would eat a pie of love. Depends
Think about it. Think about it.
What would you put in a pie of love? Chicken. If it's like chicken brie and asparagus, probably not, because I don't want any white creamy sauce.
Oh, I've tasted this before.
What else could be in a pie of love?
Pubes.
You think? You're going very sexual.
Oh, sorry. You're right.
Love
Okay.
could be anything else.
Crusty hugs.
You might love your pet lamb.
Gosh,
And your lamb's in there.
I really did take that to a different place, didn't it?
You did. You just went straight there. And nothing wrong with that. You can go straight there.
I didn't mean to. I'm very sorry.
Love can mean many things, Grant. Love can mean many things to different people.
Yeah, I just thought of another poem from another thing, but I won't repeat it. I just ran it past myself in my head, and it's not PG enough. So
Did it not get past your own senses?
No,
are you serious?
Yeah,
you had a thought
yeah,
and it didn't get past your own gateway.
No.
Because normally our gateways are just wide open and everything falls out. But you actually, you edited yourself.
Yeah.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Thank you. I know it's a first.
Yeah, I can see it in your face how hard it was to. It's like you're almost bursting.
Oh, I'll tell it to you in the break.
Yeah.
Paul Young.
Paul Young,
fantastic head of hair on Paul Young.
I remember that great big bouffant hair. Good on him.
1984. I know this song came out in 1984 because I did a school project in 1984, and part of that project talked about this song. The song was called "Every Time You Go Away" by Paul Young.
Yeah, was that year 1984? Was that written by George Orwell? Were you living in that?
No, that's
because I lived through 1984, and I've got to say, it wasn't like the book.
No, I went to I lived in A Clockwork Orange back then.
Did you?
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, so I didn't experience that, but I was also in Metropolis. Earlier.
I spent a few years in Animal Farm. That was weird, and the pigs were taken over.
Yeah,
Didn't like it.
See, in the 80s, I went to Animal House.
That would have been better. That would have been fun.
Totally different.
That would have been totally fun.
Banging the movie references out again.
Whoa! You know what? We should do a movie podcast.
We keep talking about it.
We will. We'll get around to it.
Paul Young did a song called "Every Time You Go Away," and it went a little bit like this. It goes, "Every time you go away, you take a piece of meat with you."
You know what? When my girlfriend goes away, she does take the meat.
Yeah.
She takes it with her.
Whoa. What? She just for
big leg of lamb.
Oh yeah, wow.
Not my meat. I need that.
Yeah.
No, she will just leave. Say, see ya, and I look in the fridge.
There's
the meat's
gone. Leg of lamb's gone.
Leg of lamb's gone. Don't know. Maybe she's a fan of Neil Young. I'll have to talk to her.
Has she still got the air fryer in her car?
Air fryer.
The one she plugs into her cigarette lighter. So when she drives from Launceston and Hobart, it's just enough time to cook a leg of lamb at 200 degrees in an air fryer.
You know what? I was wondering why she had that. And I was wondering why the car smelt of meat.
Yeah, that's
why.
Obviously why.
She's
known for it. Yeah, Kylie's Kebab Shop. Yeah.
that would be interesting.
Actually, not a bad thing. Kylie's Kebabs.
You know what? She and I should get a little van and sell kebabs.
And Yon's Euros and Kylie's Kebabs.
It would be brilliant. Except I'm not going to do a Greek accent. I'll have to be all like this.
That sounds like a Greek person from England.
Does it?
Yeah.
I suppose it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Governor.
Done.
Hey, Governor.
All right, Governor, what you eat on your kebab?
Do you like a band called U2?
Me?
Or,
yes, I do.
Correct English, you as well.
What? Do you? Yes, I do.
Forced laugh. Yeah, U2. When do you? Because I'm going to give you a
with Bonio.
Yeah, with Bonio.
Bonio, and
there's our Viz comic reference. It's coming out again. We really should get some Viz comics.
And your cousin's in it, Larry Mullen.
Yeah,
Junior.
Larry Mullen, Junior.
Junior.
Yeah, not proper Larry Mullen. We should get some Viz comics and read letters to the editor for just an episode one week.
I've got one or a couple somewhere.
I gave all mine away.
I've got at least one.
No, I sold them. I kept them for years and years and years and years and years for my son.
Yeah.
Because I thought, these would be great. Jack will love them. But by the time I got round to being a dad, I started to think differently about passing them on to my son, thinking maybe it might not be appropriate.
Yeah.
And now that he's in his 20s,
you're like,
really wish
I should have kept
She was
them.
waiting another 10 years. Anyway. So U2, they sang a song called Bullet Blue Sky. Bullet the Blue Sky, sorry. It's from, can't remember what it was, the one before Rattle and Hum, I think.
I don't know the names of
First album I ever listened to was Rattle and Hum. But
I have heard Rattle and Hum, yeah.
I think this is from before Rattle and Hum because they do a bit of Bullet the Blue Sky on Rattle and Hum as kind of like a, they redo a bit of it. Anyway, it says,
cheeky,
I can see those fighter planes.
Yeah.
So it's Bonio's talking.
I remember that. Yeah.
Across the mud huts to the...
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
We echo. He's doing echo. We talk.
Yeah.
He's not
Yeah.
actually singing.
Up there is America. That's that
Yeah,
bit. Yeah.
yeah.
I can see those spider veins.
Oh, and if you're looking up for planes and instead you see spider veins
Yeah.
in the sky, oh, terrible.
Yeah, there's a big fat cankle coming towards you.
That's horrific. I'd feel spider veins. That's how I feel about spider veins. Yeah.
Oh, but one of our listeners might have spider veins.
Well, if we meet and they show me their cankles, I'll go.
I've got to
That's how it'd
say, cankles, they're the one big thing that I just don't. I can't.
Well, look, this is the number. We say in the intro, this is the #1 podcast for people with nice ankles.
Yep.
We know that. So if you do have cankles, you're kind of not welcome. You're in the same category as nerds.
And deaf people.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, what about the song from
And anyone from Finland.
Bastards? We do that was the last episode we talked about the people
Yeah.
from Finland. Like that was a whole week ago.
A week ago. How do we remember these things? We're brilliant.
I think I kind of let slip. I let some of the magic slip, didn't I?
You did.
Week?
You did. You showed how the sausage was made. You pulled back the curtain. Whatever metaphor you want to use.
You said that in the last episode as well. Showed how the sausage was made, and I instantly just don't feel comfortable with that sentence. My grandfather made a sausage. I don't know exactly what Grandpa did, so I think Grandpa was a butcher. I think.
Yeah.
But I also more think that Grandpa was an accountant for a butcher shop, but he maybe also was a butcher.
Maybe he was an accounting butcher. A butcher who could do accounts.
I'm a butcher and I like to count one sausage.
Did he drive the emergency butcher vehicle?
No.
The ambulance?
No. Oh.
Hey!
Ladies and gentlemen, John
you.
Menzies.
I'm leaving now. That was the best.
Yeah.
That was the best
No,
bit.
come back.
Wait, what?
Come
Oh,
back.
what?
No,
All right.
it's
Yeah,
tough
all
out
right.
there. It's tough out there.
All right.
Steve Miller Band. You ever heard of them?
Oh, I like Steve Miller Band.
Big old jet airline now.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
And there's not enough songs about aircraft,
Big
in my opinion.
Big old Jed had a light on.
Did he?
Do you know what that is? That's the opposite of a...
I knew a guy called Jed. Did he leave his light on?
No.
I used to work with
I
him.
know a guy called Jed as well. I know two Jeds.
Do you?
Yeah, I know.
I wonder if they're I bet they're not the same Jed.
Jed Appleton. I know Jed Appleton. And then one of Gaynor's parents' friends is Jed.
Okay. There's
yeah.
not many Jeds about.
They're
a dying breed.
It's a
the
good
Jeds.
name.
It's
Jed.
a bit. I like it. It's simple. It's a bit Aussie. It's a real.
Yeah.
You can't get any less than that unless you call him Ed.
If your surname started with I,
Oh, wouldn't that be magnificent?
right? Yeah, my name's Jedi.
Jed. Yeah.
No, I am your father. You do it.
Wait,
you,
what?
You do
You're
it.
my father?
You do it. You do it.
You're my father?
Yes.
You're only a year older than me. That's weird.
Am I though? Or are you a year older than me?
No, I think it's like 6 months.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're older
Go
than me.
ahead. Tell everyone when you're born.
I was born 1,000 years ago on the surface of... No, actually, that's not true.
Hang on. So when were you
I was
born,
born-
Highlander?
1973.
Yes, it's true. I am older than you.
Very good, sir.
Would you like some haggis?
I would love some haggis. Sean Connery's talking.
Haggis? What is it? White sheep's stomach stuffed with rice and barley. Sounds disgusting. Have you seen Highlander?
When does Sean Connery go to Wimbledon? Tennis.
What did the DJ name his son? Eric? What was the other one we did over dinner? There was another good one.
I can't remember now. It'll come back. It'll come back. Yeah.
It'll come back. Hey, do you know a little band called Queen?
I have heard of those.
Have you ever heard a song they did called
love Queen.
We Will Rock You?
I have heard We Will Rock You. Great song.
You got mud on your face, front disc brakes.
Oh, I suppose that could be misheard.
Yeah.
So you got mud on your face, and the front disc brakes on your face as well.
No, it's because you hit the front disc brakes. So
it squirted the mud up, and that,
Yeah.
Oh, look.
if you're driving a convertible.
Being as it's a Queen and Freddie Mercury song, I accept that.
Have you heard a little song they did called the Bohemian Rhapsody?
I have heard that song. Yes.
Who made that song famous? Bohemian Rhapsody. Very funny comedian.
Kenny Everett.
Yes, we talked about it in a previous episode, haven't we?
I think we might have done, yes.
Yeah, and that was a revelation for you at the time.
Yes.
I think it was about episode 3.
Probably. I don't
was
remember.
early
I'll
on.
have to go back.
Oh.
I'll have to go back.
So we were going through the rankings of our episodes, and our number 3 most listened to episode is our very first ever episode.
Which is crazy, really.
Yeah, 500 Miles by the Proclaimers. And the sound is terrible, and you know
we were probably actually we were great.
we were perfect.
Yeah,
to be
but
fair.
we were finding our feet back then.
Yeah. Do you know where they ended up being? At the end of our ankles, our feet. We're finding our feet. So
yeah, I was thinking. Yeah.
You were just looking at me like, "What the hell, Mullen? What are you on about?"
I didn't get your joke.
You didn't. You did.
So you know what? If it's an easy joke, go straight over my head.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Hey, so Bohemian Rhapsody. There's a bit. Freddie Mercury's pouring his heart out. And he's going. Sometimes wish I'd never been boiled in oil.
That is a good one. I like that.
Yeah. I sometimes wish I'd never been boiled.
Obviously, sometimes.
Rest of the time,
don't mind it.
Doesn't impress
Being
me
boiled
much.
in oil. You know what? Pretty good. Pretty good. I've got I have a Queen Bohemian Rhapsody one.
Oh, I want to hear it.
It's you know, Scaramouche.
Yeah.
Will you do the fandango?
Yeah.
It's Scary Moose. Will you do the fandangle? Do you when you do the fandangle? Are you hanging the moose on it?
Yes.
The scary moose. So you hang the scary moose from the fan and let it dangle. I suppose that's how you deal with the scary moose.
So the fandango is a dance.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I don't think I ever knew that as a kid. I thought a fandango was something like, if you didn't have a proper word for it, you go, "Oh, what's that fandango?" You know, like a thingamabob.
So you thought Freddie Mercury was singing.
Yeah, he just couldn't think of the word.
Do the thing. Do that thing. Do the thingajig.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
I can't think of it.
Yeah. I can't think of a proper word for this in this song.
I'm just Freddie Mercury. I'm too busy being gay.
Very busy.
Grooming my moustache.
Yes, and making sure his pants are tight.
Freddie Mercury, better with or without a moustache? With or without?
I personally think with a moustache.
Definitely.
I've seen him without the moustache, although that was towards the end when he was very unwell.
He's in the Guinness Book of Records. Only bloke that can eat an apple through a picket fence.
But the man can sing.
Oh.
Well, he could sing.
Yeah.
He could sing. He was one musical artist I've never been a big concert goer, but I always wanted to go see Queen. And when I was 19, because he died in November when I was 19.
Yeah, wow.
And I was very sad because he was the only musical artist who I ever had a goal of going to see.
Well, in that case, I'm going to introduce you to a band called The Struts.
The Struts?
Uh-huh. Have you heard of The Struts?
I've heard of.
Man, you got to listen to The Struts. So,
I will.
my friend John Sedgwick, he's the guy who I talked about before with the driving thing.
Your lookalike.
Yep. My doppelganger. Mm-hmm. He put me onto The Struts.
Okay.
And he described it like this. He said, it's what Queen would be doing if Freddie Mercury was still alive today.
Really?
Yeah. So I'll
Great.
I'll
Look
play,
forward to it.
I will actually play. Like, I know we talk about doing a lot of things in the break, but I will play. Hang on, I'm writing it down. Play Struts for John. Play Struts. If you are listening to this and you haven't listened to The Struts, go ahead and listen to it. We saw them live at the Corner Hotel in Richmond, in Victoria.
Nice. Amazing
band, incredible. They are world famous now. They've done stuff with Robbie
And
Williams.
now, you know what? Now you've mentioned it on the pod, they are going to explode.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt their sales will go down.
They don't know the power that we have.
Yeah. We've got the power.
Oh, we certainly have.
Do you like
my
that?
God. I thought it was brilliant.
Thank you. I'm wearing Freddie Mercury's pants.
You are. And you know what? I can see you've got the power.
I do.
When you were singing, you sang it with conviction.
I want to do a CNC Music Factory song one day. That's CNC Music Factory.
Yeah.
Do you know the woman, the dark skinned woman who sings that in the film clips, isn't actually the woman who sings it in real life?
Really?
Really, really. Yep. It's quite a largish, very talented lady who sings it in real life, and they didn't think she'd be marketable, so they got this skinny chick who looked good in
the
bike
music industry is a pit of vipers.
She's got the power.
Especially podcasters who talk about music.
Jailhouse Rock.
Yes, Jailhouse Rock.
Yeah, little known artist called Elvis Aaron Presley.
Elvis who?
Elvis Aaron Presley.
I've never heard of him.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. My blue suede shoes.
Jailhouse Rock.
Yes.
Everybody in a wholesale frock.
So they're wearing a cheap dress.
TK Maxx, mate.
An inexpensive dress for mature or fuller figure. That's what I hear.
She's got the power. So yes, Elvis Presley, even he copped it, the poor guy. What was I remember when no, it wasn't. I was gonna say I remember when Elvis died, but I don't. I remember when John Lennon died though.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I was out in the garden with my dad.
How do you remember what year?
1980, December 8th, 1980.
Really? Actually, I suppose that would have been, yeah. Because I was thinking, that seems quite recent. No, it's really not, is it?
So there's a song we're doing next week.
Yeah.
And that song that we're doing next week was recorded in 2009.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm looking at it and I'm going, 2009, it's pretty...
Almost new.
Pretty recent song. It's the most downloaded song in the world, right?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at 2009, that's pretty cool. And then it goes, yes, this song is now 20 years old.
Wow, yeah.
Crazy times.
Was 2009 20
No,
years ago?
I probably got the first year wrong.
I was doing the
2003.
sum. I was doing the sum. Yeah, about 2000.
It's old. What I'm saying is like 2000. Like if you said to me 1998, I'd be like, oh yeah, that was 10 years ago.
It does. It feels like 10 years ago, doesn't it? Yeah. That's the space it feels like in my head.
Until I look in the mirror.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, it wasn't. Hey, have you heard of Pink Floyd?
I've heard of those boys.
They did a song called Another Brick in the Wall. Have you
I've heard of that one. That was a very famous song.
The dark sarcasm in... You know that line?
Yep.
No Dukes of Hazzard in the classroom. Or the one that I like better. No dog orgasm in the classroom.
Sounds like science class.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, kids, this is how we wank off a dog. But no, we can't do that. We can't do that.
Mummy!
It says no dog orgasms in the classroom specifically.
Mummy said that I would be thriving in a private school.
Well, that song was a very anti-establishment and anti-educational song.
Was it anti-establishmentarianism?
It was.
Look at us go with our flocky paws and hyperphilippications.
Oh my goodness, I don't even know what you said. Well done.
Big words for little turds.
Very big words.
Have you heard of Blinded by the Light?
Wait, what? I just was blinded by the light. Why did you have to shine that light at me?
So this was what
I even pretended to have a bright light. I did a visual joke.
I'm so tired of policing your visual gags.
Luckily, I accompany them with some word.
Yeah, John loves a visual gag on this podcast. He's doing one now. You can't even see it. So this is a Mondagreen that I actually suffered from as a kid.
Yeah.
And I just didn't know what the word even meant when I was a little kid.
So this was a genuine one
for you
one, personally?
Not just one of the ones I've been reading off a list here. But yeah, Blinded by the Light. It's actually revved up like a deuce. So D-E-U-C-E, wrapped up like a deuce. But I used to think it was this. Wrapped up like a douche, you know the rumour in the night.
Oh, the singing about douches.
And I knew what a douche was as a kid because lots of reasons, and I won't go too far into it because I don't want to embarrass anybody, but I have a handicapped sister and there was a lot of stuff around, my
medical paraphernalia.
Medical stuff. I knew what catheterization was and all that sort of stuff for reasons. Anyway, so I knew the word douche. But you know what word I didn't know? By the time I was in year 8 or year 9, nearly going into year 9, I didn't know what a virgin was. And Madonna's Like a Virgin was popular at the time. Yeah. And I remember going out I've been away on Christian school camp. Yeah. So like I was at a Catholic church thing. Yeah. Been away, met my first ever girl that I had a crush on. Sandra.
Special times.
Sandra, if you're listening.
Times. Hey, Sandra.
Sorry about that. Sorry, Sandra. Like a Virgin was playing, and I came home from camp and I was so tired from camp. I'd actually fallen asleep.
I remember those. You'd come back from camp having the best time. Yeah. A whole week of sunshine and fun. Yeah. And you're just knackered.
I fell asleep around the campfire one night and my head went in the fire and burnt my hair off. It was a memorable camp. And
did your mum have questions when you got home?
No, not about that. But was really freaking annoyed when I asked what a virgin was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did she say?
She was kind of like angry that I asked it because she didn't want to have to answer it because it was embarrassing for mum to speak about anything like that back then. Yeah. And she wouldn't care now. But I don't know. I just remember being really angry. I think she answered as a person who hasn't had sex, now go away.
Well, that's why they don't have the virgins. They don't have a float at the Mardi Gras. They can't be fucked.
I'm going to have to... Oh, no, we're allowed one F word.
All right, that was it. No more F words. Apologies.
Have you got anything by Elton John on your list?
I have. I've got... it's quite a famous one from Elton John. Hold me closer, Tony Danza. And you know what? I like to hold Tony close.
Samantha?
Do you like to hold Tony close? He gets around because everyone holds him close.
I think Tony Danza is one of the most underrated actors in the world. In the world.
In the world?
In the world.
I can't think of anything else he's been in.
He was in heaps, man. He was in, I think it was Taxi. Pretty sure he was in Taxi. He was definitely in Who's the Boss.
Yeah, I remember him from that.
Wasn't in much after Who's the Boss. Became a director, I think. I have to look at his IMDb.
Well, look, as long as he's keeping busy.
I've got an Elton John one. We've actually done this one on our pod.
Oh, fantastic.
Rocket Man. 'Cause I'm a rocket man, burning all the trees off every lawn.
I like that one.
Because being in space just ain't enough. I got to do a bit of gardening.
Absolutely. Well, it's when he's taken off, isn't it? He's just... He should probably move it to like a actual launch pad rather than doing it in his garden.
Nah.
That would make things go a little better.
He's Sir Elton John for a reason, bro.
He knows what he's doing,
He
doesn't
knows
he?
what don't.
He's a rocket man.
He's
We've
still
established
going.
this.
He's still going.
Is he
Elton
still
John.
doing his final tour again?
Yeah.
Retirement tour.
Yeah, with John Farnham.
Yeah. They'll do it together.
Gee, John Farnham did a lot of farewell tours.
He did, didn't he?
Did
It was
you
a
ever
little
go?
cheeky. No. Because I knew he'd have another. No, I've never seen John Farnham live. I'm sure it'd be brilliant. But
He's getting better now too, John. He had cancer.
I had no idea.
Yeah, he's got... Because he was a smoker. I never knew John Farnham was a smoker.
Oh.
And he must have just like puffed his cigarettes and not, drawn them back into his whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know how he smoked.
So he basically
But
couldn't
got
smoke
jaw
correctly.
Jaw cancer.
Oh,
I'm pointing to my jaw.
Yeah,
everyone.
I saw the joke. It was a visual joke.
Yeah, thank you. Well, it's nothing funny about cancer, but he got jaw cancer and he had to have his whole jaw taken out. There's a whole documentary on it.
Wow.
There's like his boys did a documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty serious. Like John Farnham.
When you said he had cancer, I was going to say, a bad one. Was it a quilt or a fun run?
No, it was a serious one. It all came out around the time Olivia Newton-John passed away.
Okay, yeah.
I'm sorry to break it to you. Olivia Newton-John's dead.
Oh, that's all right. I'm not a fan of hers. Never was a fan. Not that I disliked her. I just wasn't exactly following her career.
Do you know why I didn't like her very much?
Why?
Cankles.
What?
Yep. There's a reason she wore leg warmers, man.
She had very skinny legs in Greece.
Nope.
Really?
Go watch it carefully. Go watch Grease, people.
Oh.
ONJ had cankles. Especially
Wow.
noticeable in Xanadu. Especially noticeable. In the scene where she sings, "Whenever you're away from me."
Wow.
Yep, cankles, big time. Anyway,
Oh dear.
just ruined it for everyone.
That's ruined my life.
Billy Idol's an artist that I like.
Absolutely.
The very first cassette tape I had in my car when I had my first car was a Billy Idol tape.
Really?
Yep, it was Hot in the City. Hot in the City by Billy Idol. But this one's Eyes Without a Face. But the song, the Mondagreen is, "I supply the face."
Can I tell you a little story about tapes?
Yeah.
When we were kids, my brother,
Yeah.
he had his little cassette player, and this is
How
like
big was
late
it, John?
70s, early 80s. Little, about that big.
about that big.
Yeah, where my hands are. Look, everyone, where my hands are. Anyway, he had two tapes, and you'd say to him, what are your favourite music artists? And you'd say Cliff Richard
Yeah.
and Michael Jackson.
Because they were the two tapes he had.
They were the two tapes he had. And nowadays, Cliff Richard, Michael Jackson, what a combo.
Yeah.
Both, well, at least suspected of being naughty boys.
Yeah, Tamps.
Yeah.
We'll call them Tamps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Touches of small people. Bastards. If anyone who does that needs to be strung up. Hey, do you know the Boys of Summer? Do you know that song?
The Boys of
After
Summer.
the boys of summer have gone. I'm singing it badly.
No.
They were just turning off all over the place. After the poison summer is gone. Probably not as popular a song. I don't know why I kept that Mondagreen in there. But Crystal Gale, Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue?
I remember that one.
Donuts make my brown eyes blue.
That's why I
That's
eat
why I
donuts,
don't-
because that's why my eyes are blue.
I'm trying to lose weight.
So
I'm
you're
only
going to
eating-
stop eating donuts?
No, I'm just eating the holes.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Hey, you tell you what, I love the donut, you have the whole, together we'll be fine.
It's Christmas soon. popular Christmas song?
Yes,
Police
please.
have a dog. Police have a dog. You haven't heard Feliz Navidad.
No.
It is the most popular Christmas song
No.
in all the world. But you know what, John? I'm going to let you finish.
I'm gonna go with my absolute favourite. It's Steve Miller Band, Space Cowboy, and this is one I genuinely thought when I was a kid. These were the lyrics. I'm a smoker, a joker, a midnight talker. Because I thought Steve, like this grown man, he's up there in his bedroom under the covers, and him and his brother are talking, and his mum comes up the stairs like what would happen to me, talking at midnight, puts her head in and goes, "You boys, be quiet! Shush! Go to sleep!" And I genuinely thought this rough, tough rocker was having his mum tell him off at midnight, because that's all I understood.
Oh, bless little John.
Little Johnny, I genuinely thought, because that song was to a TV commercial for jeans, and a guy would ride a motorbike through an office, and all the girls would look at him and go, "Woo!" You know, it was all like. So I understood it was about rebellion.
Yeah.
But I thought rebellion was talking in bed to your siblings at night.
I miss the old days.
I know.
When things were nice and sweet.
Things were
and
simple.
lovely.
Someone else paid the bills.
Oh, that was
all you had to do was go to school.
Yeah. Wouldn't school... I used to whinge about school. Wouldn't that be good now?
I'd love that now.
Yeah.
If I could just go to school and somebody else would handle the bills, I'd go and get a degree.
If you would like to pay John and I to be institutionalised once again...
Yes, please.
You can send your checks to PO Box 1001001001001001, Hobart 7001. Just you know what? Just put John and Grant on the front.
We'll just split it down the middle, 50-50. So if you send us $1 million,
lazy
$1 million will do it.
Yeah, if you got a lazy mill. If you can't find it, check your other pants pockets.
Yeah.
Could be in there.
Down the back of the couch, probably.
We've got heaps more Mondegreens. Like
you know what? We're going to have to do another episode one day.
Maybe. If you guys like this episode, you want us to do something different every once in a while and not just talk about song lyrics like we're going to next week, just let us know.
Let us know, because whether you want to or not, it's probably going to happen.
But we're doing a podcast anyway, so it might as well be something you want. Hey, thanks very much for joining us this week. I have been John.
And you have been Grant. Fantastic.
That was kind of like the two Ronnies ending, wasn't it?
That was nearly genius.
So it's good night from me.
And it's good night from him.
Good night.
Good night.
Хорошо живет на свете Винни-Пух, оттого поет он эти песни вслух. И неважно, чем он занят, если он худеть не станет, а ведь он худеть не станет, если, конечно, вовремя подкрепиться. Да. Трам-парам-па-пам-парам-па-пам-пам-па. Пум-пурум-пу-пу-пурум-пу-трам-пам-па. Пум-пурум-пу-пу-пурум-пум. Пум-пу-пум-пурум-пум-пум. Хорошо живет на свете Винни-Пух, оттого поет он эти песни вслух. И неважно, чем он занят, если он толстеть не станет, а ведь он толстеть